first equation of motion. First equation of motion. So it will be drive an object is motion. An object is motion with constant acceleration. An object is motion with constant acceleration with initial velocity u. With initial velocity is u and final velocity is v. With respect to the time interval. T. So let us draw a graph with respect to the time interval and v. This is a velocity. जो ग्राफ बनाया है वो v और t के बीच में बना लिया है और this is the u. This is the initial velocity is u. This is a constant acceleration line. This is a final velocity. So this is at the final point is time t. यानी कि 0 से t तक ट्रेवल किया an object. So this is a constant acceleration line. Constant acceleration line. So acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time interval. So A is equal to V minus U upon T. So A को T से मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे, क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई A इंटू T इज इक्वल टू V माइनस U इज इक्वल टू V minus U is equal to AT. Velocity time graph. So let us draw. This is the x and y. It is the y point is the velocity and x point is the time, and this is a constant acceleration line. This is a point t. This is a time end point, and this is a under the area is the displacement. This is origin. This is a displacement under the area. Is known as displacement. It is denoted by the x, and this is a constant acceleration line. And this is the initial velocity of the object. This is the final velocity of the object. So this is the u from origin to u. This is the initial velocity. Will be take in the u. The object is moving in the positive direction with the constant acceleration. So the object is moving So the object is moving in positive direction because the initial velocity is less than the final velocity. So object is moving to positive direction with respect to the time. Then acceleration is positive is positive. A tends to t. And second is the under the area curve is known as a displacement is increasing final velocity to. So is increasing initial velocity to final velocity. So x is increasing initial point to the final point. X is increasing in area. The so acceleration so acceleration is positive. The acceleration is also increasing. So second graph, this is a x and y direction. This is a constant acceleration line due to the negative direction, and this is initial velocity is more than to the final velocity. This is a v. So this is the t is the time, and this is the origin. This is the area under the curve. So this is the displacement shown by the area under the curve v and t. So this is the area is displacement. So v into t is equal to is equal to x upon t into t. So is denoted the x. So we can say the area under the curve is the displacement in v and t graph. So we can say an object is moving. A object is moving in negative direction. An object is moving in negative direction because the initial velocity is more than the final velocity. So object is moving in negative direction with retardation. So velocity is decreasing and time is also increasing because the time is always positive. So we can say a is equal to v upon t. So velocity is decreasing, then acceleration is also decreasing. So acceleration in negative direction. And the second point is the area under the curve is also decreasing because from the initial point to the final point, initial time to the final time t, the area under the curve is also decreasing. So this area x is decreasing. X is decreasing, so acceleration is also negative. So acceleration is negative. And the third graph, the position of the acceleration in third graph, this is a v and this is a t time, and this is a v velocity. Then this is the constant acceleration line, and this is a u. In the negative direction of y, this is a minus u, and this is a minus v in the negative direction. So initial velocity in negative and final velocity is also negative at the time t. T is always positive, and the area under the curve is the displacement x. So this is the area displacement. So first point is the acceleration going to the negative direction and the object is moving in negative direction. An object moving in negative direction, then a is equal to v minus u upon t, change in velocity upon time. So final velocity is minus v and initial velocity is minus u upon time t, 0 to t. So a is equal to, minus is common, v minus u upon t. The acceleration is negative because the negative sign is obtained, so acceleration is negative. In which graph? So second term taking, so displacement is increasing. Displacement x is increasing the third quadrant, and x is increasing, but the acceleration is going to the negative direction because this line in the fourth quadrant.